Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Haley, as the FBI continues to move forward with this consolidation, have you considered your ability to retain employees if you leave the center of the region?
Thank you, sir. We have. Obviously, at the core of this project is the human capital. That is what we are about, 36,000 people within the FBI. This building, right now, the Hoover Building, holds about 5,500 of our downtown personnel, and the rest of them are scattered. And we've looked at it in two ways. One is, depending on where the site gets located, how that affects current employees. From an agent standpoint, agents tend to, for the most part, move around. So as the project gets identified and moves closer to completion, we believe that the agent population will migrate to wherever that location is. It's more in terms of current population, that professional staff, which is rooted in communities around the area. We've looked at the transportation routes. We've looked at the quality of everything from schools to all that. So it is something we're very much involved in, and we have workforce planning. We have two initiatives right now, one looking at workforce planning and the other one looking at how the future FBI employees will operate, what type of space, what type of interaction will they do. So all of that's being looked at. We think that all three sites, we're obviously agnostic to which site. We're the tenants of GSA, and they get to make that decision ultimately. But we believe all three sites can meet that requirement going forward. But it will be something we'll have to work at. It's not something that's just going to naturally get us there. I will say one other thing on the recruiting piece. One of the things that we're seeing more and more in terms of the new generation of employees, when they come to work, we're somewhat stifled by all the TV shows and movies on the FBI and what's expected of an organization that has national law enforcement and domestic intelligence responsibilities. When they get there, they are, understatement to say, somewhat underwhelmed by what they're getting. So from that standpoint, we think that a headquarters operation that meets our operational requirements will help facilitate that recruitment effort in the future.
We haven't even covered the reconstruction of Quantico, but that's another subject. Judge, how does the judiciary plan to proceed with adding more projects to the Capitol Courthouse projects priority plan? And does GSA, in your mind, have enough feasibility plans in the pipeline so that the courts can effectively put together a new capital priorities plan in the near future?
Excuse me. First of all, the projects that are currently on the list have all undergone feasibility studies and must undergo a feasibility study before they are able to be placed on the list. So we are prepared in that regard to deal with those 8 projects that have been generally referenced here today. What we must do, and where the real work is being done right now, both by the courts and the administrative office and Commissioner Dong's people, are to refresh the programming requirements for each of those 8, as well as the Harrisburg project, and that's consuming a considerable amount of our time right now. But I am very pleased with the progress that's been made. I've been very pleased with the attitude that has been demonstrated by our court family, and the relationship that has developed between the public building service and the courts in recent years has allowed us to really negotiate our way through some old data in an effort to get ourselves into a position where we can, first of all, develop a spend plan, which we must have completed by mid-April, and then be able to submit to the Congress, and with GSA developing the necessary prospectuses that each project will require.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Dong, lastly, is it possible to even build a new FBI headquarters without exchanging the current FBI headquarters? And would redeveloping the Pennsylvania Avenue site into a new federal complex make financial sense for GSA?
We think the exchange is an important part of the process of delivering a new headquarters facility for the FBI because it really allows us to tap into the value of the Hoover Building. We see significant development interest on that site, and it's an important element of our larger funding strategy and our larger commitment to delivering a new consolidated headquarters facility for that agency.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Chair now recognizes Representative Crawford for 5 minutes.